All right, so technical difficulties, but
Yeah.
Alex asked me, we were talking about the war in Iran, and she was like, oh, what's your disability going to be? Like your excuse to like not serve? And mine is the 5 years in prison I'm going to do
Fucking
for not
based.
fighting in that shitty ass war. Bro, not dying for Trump, not dying for Israel. I mean, really, most wars, besides like World War II, most of the wars we've been involved in are just not necessary and did nothing but just killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
the war
trying to
in
think over
Vietnam.
the past like 80 years, have we gotten into, like, have we done a single war that was like,
World War I and World War II. Like, not that many other conflicts were involved. Like, we didn't need to be involved in the Middle East. We did not
hell
need to go to
nah.
Vietnam. The only thing, and it's like, we didn't win. We lost in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to turn this into the Vietnam cast, but it's like, just a bunch of people died, and like, our goal failed. Like, what we want to do, we didn't do. So it's like,
Did
all that
not.
killing and like, death on our sides for nothing. But I'm not dying for some fucking industrial money machine. You know what I'm saying?
Hell nah. Some oil, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good, man.
Yeah, for
I'll
real.
have my high gas prices. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm living, I'll have my high gas prices, okay?
You know, and this is one thing too. Like, so we need to talk about morality because I'm going on a side topic here, but we have oil here in this country. Why are we supporting piece of shit countries like Russia? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we buying Russian oil? Because this is the thing. It's like, okay, fracking isn't good for the environment. I'm told, like, you know me. I exist in nature. Like, I love nature. I care about. But the thing is, it's like, all right, all right, so we're going to do the environmentally right thing. We're just going to give like, millions and millions and billions of dollars to this oligarchical piece of shit who doesn't care about the environment. Like, it's like also by supporting him, it's like, that their standards in Russia for getting oil is not up to our standards. So things that they're going to do is much worse. It's like, we need to be sustainable before we can turn green. Like, we can't, it's like,
Yeah.
don't fund piece of shit scumbags.
Yeah. And also, it's just, it's rather retarded, honestly. I was trying to find like a pretty way to say it, but it's quite retarded, our views on climate change in general. Because the thing is like, if we didn't have so much fucking, if the waters weren't so filled with fucking oil that we could actually like see straight and clear our mind, the easy solution would actually be investing in more innovation towards green energy. Because the issue with fucking climate change is like, bro, listen. Now we have a bunch of, I'll say like 60 to maybe, no, 60 is a high number. I was feeling rather pessimistic when talking about climate change because that's a tough topic sometimes. But, probably about like a good 45 to 50% of the population in the U.S. at least. But it's also in England as well and other Western countries. There's a weird kind of perception about climate change where we're like, oh, it just like doesn't exist and therefore we shouldn't like, I don't know, be innovative. It's rather against the American dream to be like, yes, if we use a little bit less oil, then what? If we invest a little bit more money into, I don't know, green energy, then what? Do you not want us to like thrive generally as a nation? That's like the way things should be seen.
Big
generally.
oil doesn't want that to happen.
Big fucking oil. Shout out to big oil and big low IQ individuals.
But so before the camera died, we were talking about leg kicks and how like what I was actually going to say before the camera died is if you have to fight somebody that's very big, just kick the shit out of their leg because all that extra weight on the leg, they're going to go down and then they can't get up. And then that made me think about a time that I fought somebody who was big as hell. There was somebody we used to be friends with many, many moons ago in high school, named CJ, or nicknamed CJ. But he was like a bigger dude, like 6 foot, maybe 6'1". I don't know about that. That's what he would tell you, but he's probably more like 6 foot. 300 pounds though. He was a fat boy. Played football, wrestled, but was like, a defensive player in football. So like one thing is CJ was extremely cocky. I mean, to the point, he told me one time his IQ was 180. I'm like, oh, okay, you were 30 IQ points higher than Albert Einstein. Yeah, sure, bro. I'm sure that free online IQ test told you that.
Oppenheimer's shaking in his fucking boots right now, bro. In his grave, he's like, oh my God,
But,
CJ's going to outthink me.
Yeah, like one, just like the cockiest dude ever. Like, thinks he's the smartest guy, thinks he can never get caught, which ended up getting caught. He ended up getting caught. But, so basically, one night, I'm chilling there, and we had this spot called the Shed, and it was our friend's shed. It was literally a shed that had power in it, and like a TV, computer, Wi-Fi, lights, chairs, couches, like the whole 9 yards.
It's like a nerd frat house, pretty much.
Basically,
it was
yeah.
pretty cool, actually.
It was, yeah, and like smoke weed, drink, like watch movies in there. Had a very good time, and we had some parties, and like, bro, there was a period of time in like 2018 to 2019, like before they sold that house and moved, where I could literally just like, it would be summertime, it'd be nighttime, and I could just drive by his house. Sometimes I'd just drive through his driveway, and I would see, like, I didn't even have to pull in though. I could see from the street whether the lights were on at the shed. Because if the light was on at the shed, that meant that the fucking party was just going on, and I would just pull up. And it's like, bro, I remember times just walking in the door at like 1 in the morning, 12 a.m., 2 a.m., and shit was just popping off.
Yeah.
And so one night, we're having a party, we're getting our drink on, and like, I didn't drink that often too, so this was the time I was drinking, and basically CJ was mouthing off to Antoine, and it was Antoine's crib, his shed, everything. So he's mouthing off. I told him to shut the fuck up. Like, stop disrespecting bro in his own house. So like, it was later that night. It wasn't even like right then. He gets up and he acts like he wants to wrestle, and he's all smiling and giggling. We start wrestling around. He gets me in a collar tie. He tries to pull me down into a fucking knee. And I see this shit happening in real time, and I'm like, oh. And keep in mind, like, acting like we're laughing around and joking, we're just wrestling around, he, and then trying to fully knock me out, because dude, it's like 300-pound fat ass, like trying to knee you in the head. That's gonna knock you out. Big mistake on his end, because I was like, had been boxing for years, took wrestling, but also was taking MMA, so I knew how to block a knee. So I literally went like this, like I'm like forward, boom, block this shit, and immediately just start swinging over the top. Cracked him a bunch of times, just like kept swinging, rocked him into shit. He didn't do anything back either. He was just getting rocked. Then I don't remember if he got kicked out or if he just left on his own, but he left. I mean, also because he was probably embarrassed as shit that he just, because the thing is like everybody there was dorks, and he was the only one that was like even somewhat athletic, even though it's kind of ironic because he was like a fat boy athletic. Like he wasn't athletic. It was like, we need a fat boy on the football team. Like, and he acted like he was the best football player ever. It's like, he was like a team captain too. And it's like, so like he was not, it's like you were heavy enough to run at people, but he was not that good.
No.
So basically though, I rocked him into shit, and then he left, but he was just like surrounded by these geeks. So he was just used to like, kind of like
the alpha.
Yeah, like being the alpha among the
like
fucking dorks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's kind of like when there's people who are a little bit. All right, so actually, it's hilarious because this is again like a nerd frat house kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
CJ's also a nerd. He's also he's got like glasses, like fucking black thick ass frame glasses. He also says some really fucking nerd. And don't get me wrong, I'm a nerd myself, but like to dabble in both and to be like an alpha wolf. And
he's like the alpha of the dorks. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
it's like, wow.
And he thought he could act any which way. I mean, there was another time I slapped the shit out of him because, bro, I'm trying to go around him. His fat ass is in the way. He's like sitting, we got table, his fat ass. I'm like, excuse me. Bro, he uppercut me in the balls. Like just out I slapped the fucking skin off of his face. Like, bro, I slapped him so fucking loud. This was, I think, before this time when I ended up actually rocking him. So maybe that's why, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why he tried to sneak me. Like an absolute pussy, too. You know what I mean? Like to pretend like, oh, we're messing around, then try to knock somebody out.
Boys, and he's like, Ugh!
Yeah. And so this time I slapped the shit out of him. And I remember, too, he was sitting down. I was standing. Because also I'm mad as fuck, too. And I'm at the point where it's like, say something or do something, and now we're really fighting. And he tried saying something like, oh, like trying to be a tough guy, right? And I'm like, bro, I just slapped the fuck out of you and you didn't do anything. I'm like, do you want it to be fists? You know what I'm saying? Because like, I just hit you like a flash of lightning and you didn't do anything. It's like, do you want it to be fists now? And he didn't say nothing, and I was mad as fuck. I left that night. And then by the time I got home, he had sent me like, oh, sorry, bro. But it's like, don't uppercut somebody in the mouth. But that's the thing. Basically, he was just too used to being able to like fuck around with kids and like never get like the shit slapped out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the shit slapped. But then that night, he got his shit wrong. Like I was straight punching him in his shit. And I mean, all connected too. Like beautiful. Like all were connected on the chin. And like oddly enough too, I had him against the wall. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was against the wall, so he couldn't even move back or anything. So it was just like bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, no. The connection with an object that has a lot of surface area.
Yeah, for real.
Surface radius is going
And too,
crazy.
like he never got rocked like that too. Like it was the kind of thing like he got hit and was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like he didn't know what the fuck to do. Like that was the thing too. He would act like he was like the toughest guy ever, but when hands started flying, he didn't know what to do.
Man, I don't know if you were here for this, but I also had something with CJ. Also, the guy's like a degenerate overall, like an asshole interpersonally, then went on to do some degenerate shit, which I don't know if you want to like
Yeah, we could talk
deep
about that.
into,
We
but-
should have him on the podcast. No, did you see that? I told you about how he
Yeah,
went
you
on a
said-
podcast? Yo, so this dude sold fentanyl as Percocet, right? As Perc 30s. He
Yeah.
had them stamped to look like Percocet. You're a scumbag. Like, you killed mad people by making them think they were doing Percocets and they OD'd on your fucking fentanyl, you cheap piece of shit. And it's like, you made money off of people fucking dying. And it's like, and then I've had this dipshit try to add me on Facebook or send me messages like, oh, why don't you like me? I don't like you because you're a fucking piece of shit garbage.
Shouldn't you be in fucking prison?
It's
What
like,
was
no,
going
for
on here?
and that's the thing too. He got out of prison because he definitely snitched. Because it's like he was supposed to do 5 years, got out in 1 year, like 1 or 2 years. So it's like, your ass definitely snitched. And then he tries to act like, oh, because I actually saw, the funny thing is, so then he goes on a podcast and brags about it. And he's like, he was doing this like stupid fucking fake laugh.
he
While
tries to
talking
sell-
about how he fucking made people die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the crazy part is, he tries to sell himself like a super.
Oh, yeah, he tries to act like he's Jordan Belfort.
180 IQ and
Like he's the Wolf of Wall Street. He got caught up in the dumbest way possible. It's like, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, and he got caught up because he was bragging to an FBI guy online on like Discord or some shit. He's bragging to an FBI agent. He goes, I push kilos in the meat world. That's what he said. And then the guy was like, expand upon that? And he did. Like, you are a fucking dumbass. You're bragging about what you're doing online. Like, you're a dumbass.
God.
But yeah, he got caught, and then he goes on podcasts and tries to, and then it's like, to laugh about some scumbag shit you did like that, like that's cool. And then he acts like he's some criminal mastermind. It's like, bro, he was a fucking nerd that knew how to buy drugs on the deep web and sell them. That's all he knew how to do. It's like, if he got, and the thing is, I've been around real gangsters. Like, I'm not saying I'm a gangster myself, like nothing like that. I'm just saying I've been around some people that are like actual gangsters, and it's like, if he got pressed by anybody who is real, he would fucking crumble like a dry cookie. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like CJ, he thinks he's like, El Chapo in his head. Bro, he'd be on that video getting beheaded. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who he would be. But not even like not even on some cartel shit. Like a low-level gangster would like put him in his fucking place.
Would throw him in the fucking trunk.
Yeah,
Heavy ass,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, have the
Put the
car
Mac
way
10
down
on
and
him.
shit. Yeah, no, for real. But I think I got distracted a little bit. I think with CJ, there was one time he used to sell like I would hope, actually, you know what? I can say not spiked drugs, because it was like I was selling acid back then, and I had some
of the best acid.
very good fucking acid. And so we used to just like, meet up for, I would buy acid, like sheets, hella sheets, allegedly in a video game, of course.
In GTRP.
In GTRP. And one time we met up at the same park. I don't know if you were here for this, but we were just kind of like hanging out afterwards, just like fucking around. And I might have just gotten out of like wrestling practice. And I was like, oh yeah, like I just got out of wrestling, whatever. And he's like, oh, like, do you want to wrestle? And I'm like, okay, sure. Like, he's a big boy, but I'm down for this because I know how to wrestle. This fucking chunky boy, we're wrestling and stuff, and he tries to pull the same fucking thing, a fucking knee. He tries to fucking knee me in the goddamn head. And I don't know why, because mind you, we're wrestling like for funsies, and he's heavy. I'm already fucking tired, you know what I'm saying? I'm out of shape with my vascular, no, I'm playing. But like, and so, same thing. Obviously, for one, he's fat. It's easy to see. I'm like, wow, that's a fucking knee. And then I'm not as good at kickboxing still, but you can still just kind of like, put your elbow up. Like, I think I had him in a collar tie, and I just like, pulled his head in and just kind of like, caught it with my elbow. And I hit him a couple of times in the fucking body because he still had a collar tie on me. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then I was like, I just hit him with a couple uppercuts. And he was surprised. I'm like, bro, you just tried to fucking knee me in the head.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong
It's like,
with
bro,
you?
we went from wrestling to MMA.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, what? Huh?
And the funny thing is, he was a trash wrestler too. Like, he wasn't a good wrestler either.
He just got some size, man. He's just, fat.
Yeah, I mean, when he went against other fat boys too, like that's what I mean. Like, when he actually competed, he was like meh. Like, he won some, lost a lot. Like, he was not. He was, and that's the thing too. He would talk about it like he was like, ooh, like best
god,
wrestler
you know what I
ever.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, but yeah, now bro's like a fucking meth. Oh, but I forgot to say the best part of all. He goes on the podcast that he went on. He goes in the comments and people are like, oh, this dude snitched. That's how he got out. Because I mean, too, you get caught with that much like drugs sold. You were doing 20 plus years, even in a like liberal ass state. You were doing 20 plus years, and then he argues with them in the comments. He's like, oh, no, I didn't. It's all public record. Yeah, in the public record, they don't put that you snitched, you fucking idiot. Like, if you go into witness relocation, they don't put, oh, yeah, the defendant or, you know, the victim went into relocation services. This is their new address. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, when you snitch, they don't say, oh, yeah, you know, they snitched on Johnny Apples and, you know, Benny the murderer. And, you know,
King
that's
Von.
why,
You
and
know
that's
what I
why
mean?
he was
It's
able to
like-
get his sentence reduced. It's like, they don't put that in there. But I can just tell from looking at the sentencing, when you do some shit that you should be doing like 40 fucking years plus for, and you get out in 2 years, even the fucking blind can see that. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
It's like, be so for real. You're not fooling anybody.
Exactly.
And then he tries arguing with dudes, and it's like,
Bro, you were selling Fent. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Fent is no fucking joke.
And
And I'm
then-
just going to get some light charge off that.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh.
he thinks he's doing his podcast tour. It's like, bro, he's going on podcasts that have as many views as us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
Hey, who are you talking about, bro?
and we've been doing this shit for like 3.5 weeks. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
actually. Damn, we're self-straying.
For real, bro.
I mean, it's true, though.
But he goes on like he's on Joe Rogan, like, yeah, so let me tell you about what I did. Well, what I did was, and it's like, you're a scumbag who fucking, you know, made a bunch of people OD. It's like, that's what you did. Acting like you're fucking, and that's the thing too. He acts like he's the Wolf of Wall Street, like, ooh, fucking, you know, like Jordan Belfort. And even Jordan Belfort is like that. You see him on a podcast and he's still trying to sell some bullshit, and you're like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio did a good job of making this guy not look like a bum. Because you see the real Jordan Belfort, you know, and it's like, the thing is, I don't care, even if the guy has money, he's still a bum. And also,
Absolutely.
if you have money, why are you trying to sell your fucking courses then?
Right?
Oh, I'm gonna help you become a billionaire. Just buy my course.
You're a fucking criminal.
Yeah, it's like,
You know
bro,
what I'm
it's
saying?
like, you're like a shitty used car salesman.
No, for
You know what I'm
real.
saying? It's like, bro, it's like,
Oh, my God, dude. I don't understand why people just get away with that shit, too. Not even get away with it, but like,
but at
have
least
the
with Jordan
audacity.
Belfort, it's like, you weren't fucking killing people. It's like, you might have fucked people over royally with their savings, but it's like, bro, actually, like, oh, I take perk 30s, right? I'm used to perk 30s. Then I just take the same dose I've always taken. Now I'm dead because some asshole fucking stamped, like, you know, pressed this shit with fentanyl. And also, here's the thing, the biggest thing of all is this fucking idiot was doing this shit. He was going to a fucking great college for computer science machine learning. So it's like, bro, you were gonna make money anyways, and you just also like lives in a fucking house that's owned. You know what I'm saying? Like, big house owned by
In
family.
the woods, acreage.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nice, you know, like nice house, dog. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
White
you
picket
know,
fence, quite literally, I
yeah,
think.
literally
Oh
white
my
picket
God.
fence. Like, you know,
Yeah.
didn't need to do that at all. Chose to do it anyways. Like,
The IQ level.
like, all right, buddy. Like, that's just like literally being from, like, you know, you're on your fucking like 100-acre estate, and you just choose to, like, you know, buy shit on the deep web and sell it. Which, I mean, there are a lot of dumbass white kids, especially in Connecticut. Not just white, like, there are just a lot of dumbass kids. Like, we knew a dude who was the son of a state trooper, and he would just
That
and
kid.
he would just get shit sent to his house all day.
Yeah.
And
he
it's
was
like, also, you don't have immunity just because your dad is a cop. It's like, okay, so let's say they're like, oh, this is getting sent to your house. He's going to be like, I didn't order that. Oh, your son did. Like, they're going to know it's going to him. You know
those
what
are
I'm saying?
the feds, man.
Yeah, it's like,
You know
bro,
what
the
I mean?
feds, bro. They
Those
don't give a
are the
fuck that your dad is a cop.
Eddie was just like big into cocaine and shit like that, man.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, man. Find out for more on the next episode, though, about Cocaine Boy. No.
true. It's been a pretty good one. Any last ideas or
My fellow Americans.
any last words?
Let me be queer. I have a micro penis. Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome back
Welcome back
to the Blobcast.
to the congressional hearings for the Epstein files.
But, so, before this episode even started, we were talking about hating gyms with commitments, like gyms, and specifically Club 24. Because when Club 24 first popped up, it was like, oh, cool, 24-hour access gym, you can go whenever. Then it got expensive. Like, it wasn't like a cheap gym. But then also, they have that whole, like, you can't cancel your gym membership.
They have the fucking contracts where it's like
got the contract.
you got to sign your fucking left leg by the end of the contract, and it's an 8-year contract in which you just can't escape unless you pay like freaking $200.
Yeah, well, that's the
Something
thing.
like
So I'm
that.
like, I don't want to, like, fuck this gym. I found a better gym that was cheaper, and I'm like, fuck this gym. I don't want to go here anymore because I only went there, like, I don't work third shift, so it's like I'm not going to the gym at like fucking 3 a.m. I don't need that access. I only went there at like maybe 12 or 1 at the latest
Yeah.
in the morning. But so I'm like, all right, I found a better gym that had like more equipment, more specialized shit that I liked. So I'm like, hey, I want to cancel my membership. The dude at the desk is like a total dick. And also it's like, bro, you're like a fucking minimum wage fucking front desk worker at the fucking gym. It's like, you don't need to take your job this seriously. Like, he's acting like it's his business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the dude cops some attitude. And I remember I'm like, yo, first of all, lose that fucking attitude. I'm like, go fuck yourself. And the dude's like, oh, he's like, you can't, you can't, cancel without paying this fee. It's in the contract. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, the fee's like $140, some shit like that. I'm like, no. So I just left the gym, closed my bank account because I wanted to close the bank account anyways. Closed the bank account, didn't pay them a fucking penny.
Fucking based, man.
Yeah, like fuck that gym.
The front desk worker, was he like the heavier set beard guy?
I don't know if he had a beard. I'm trying to remember. I think he was like a young dude. He just looked like a young guy who lifts weights, like, early to late 20s or some shit. Took his job way too seriously.
There's like there's a typical worker at the front desk, and he's the assistant manager. And the reason I know this is just because I also have a friend who works at Club 24, but not that Club 24 because it's a chain. And I was telling her a similar story about a front desk worker just being a fucking dick for no reason. I'd gone to the gym with a friend of mine, Miracle, and as we're leaving, the guy's like, oh, would you like another gym membership? And I'm like, oh, like, no, thank you. Like, I'm just here as a guest, whatever. I'm not like, I already have 2 or 3 gym memberships. At the time, I think I literally had 2 memberships. I had Beyond Ordinary. I had YMCA. I was going to boxing back then and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I'm not taking time out of my day to like go another gym for no reason. And he's like, do you drive? And I'm like, yeah, why? And he's like, so you can't drive an extra 15 minutes out to wherever the fuck to have a membership? And I'm like,
when they have the same equipment that every other fucking gym has too.
Like
this
what?
stuff.
I'm like, that wouldn't even make any sense, is what I said. I'm like, well, what are you talking about, man? So you want me to...
See, that's somebody who thinks they're good at sales too. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that's mad funny is you have chuds. And like, you're describing a chud, right? Like, because actually, I think I remember seeing that guy there, when I was like signing up or some shit. But, that's the thing. You have these chuds that work there. And then they're like,
Let me show you how to get a sale.
and then they try some stupid ass. And also too, it's like, bro, be a dick to me. Now you're definitely not getting any money from me. Like, that's my rule number 1. If I go to a business and somebody's a douchebag, shit, I'll walk right out the door. It's like, give me any kind of attitude. I'm not giving you any fucking money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you don't know how to conduct yourself, not like a fucking bum-ass individual? Cool. Have fun not getting any business.
Stay broke, nigga.
Yeah, no, for real. It's like, cool. Have no motion at all.
No, for real. And the worst part about Club 24 is that they will relentlessly fucking call you, text you, email you. If you give the correct information, mistake on my part, because I'm just getting off a workout. All the fucking blood has flowed, not to the brain, but to this fucking godlike physique. No, I'm playing. But I gave the wrong number one time, or the right number one time. And I just received fucking endless calls. I had to block multiple different numbers. That's the crazy part. You got to block multiple different fucking numbers because they got the number generator at Club 24 or something like that. And gyms like that, I consider terroristic acts. Not violent, of course, but...
Yeah, that's a gym that I hope goes out of fucking business.
Probably won't, because I'm trying to.
Yeah.
It's the worst part.
Maybe
but
that specific one.
That specific
one. Because maybe every other chain, that's the only one I've experienced with. Maybe the other ones don't operate like that, but that one...
That shit gone.
It reminds me, I saw this video where it was like some dudes trying to sell some shit. And the lady, like, they knock at the door and she had a sign that said, like, no soliciting, right? So it's like, somebody has a sign saying, do not try to sell me anything. Then you come and knock on the door. You're lucky the person doesn't already open the door, like, get the fuck out of here. So the lady's like, hey, she's like, when you walked right past the no soliciting sign and knocked here, that means I don't want people selling anything. Have a good day. There's 2 guys, right? So the first guy that knocked, right, he's there. Then, so she goes away. Then the fucking chud sell, because he's like the manager or something, heavy set, bearded guy. And he's like, probably says to the guy, let me show you how to reel him in. Right, knocks on the door. She goes out and she's like, get the fuck off my porch. She's like, you fat fucking idiot. I told you get the fuck out of here. She's like, yeah. And she let him have it. And it's like, bro, that's the response I should have gotten the first time. Because, I mean, that, like, somebody has a sign saying no soliciting and then you go knock on the door. Disrespectful as fuck.
Also, why would you want to approach that? Like, I mean, anybody who has any sort of sign, no trespassing, get off my lawn. You know what I mean? Like those type of signs. you probably don't want to interact with them because they're most likely about their business. They're most likely probably just Karens, if I'm being honest.
They're
Not
firm,
just,
no.
Not just, that circumstance, not just no soliciting, but most circumstances in which you see signs that are just like, get the fuck away, stay away. It's like, well, yeah, you should probably take the
Don't
cue.
poke the bear.
Exactly. Makes zero sense.
Mm-hmm. But, also, so complete side topic, but this is a topic I want to talk about, or actually kind of like a story. So my current job, my old boss, I switched to a different department. My old boss told me this story about how for his first daughter, before the ultrasound, he had like his wife drink some Pepsi because apparently the sugar makes the baby start moving more, some shit like that, and it shows up more on drink Pepis, right? Mm-hmm. So makes the baby show up so you can actually see it on the ultrasound, make sure your baby's like developed normally. Mm-hmm. So the second child he had, though, he didn't have his wife drink Pepsi, and when they did the ultrasound, it only showed the babies having no legs. So it showed like arms and everything, head, body, no legs. So the doctor and her, they're like, yeah, like the baby's like, it's a good chance that it's gonna be born without any legs. And so they were like considering abortion. Like they're like, should we have this kid? Should we not? And he's like, no, we're not gonna have an abortion. Like we're just gonna have prosthetics and yada yada. The kid will have a good life. The kid is born completely normal, has legs, and so he was saying he was like, yeah, like we were totally considering an abortion. And I said to him, I was like, think about how many abortions could have been prevented with Pepsi. Like imagine that as a commercial.
That's kind of based though. Pepsi, come on now.
Bro, that would be the most controversial commercial ever. But it's funny because it is true. It's like think about how many times people are like, oh my God, I don't want to do that to our child.
It's also interesting too because it shouldn't. Well, actually, I'm
alive 5 days from conception. You see those stupid ass billboards? 5 days after conception, I have a fully developed brain. Ah.
It's like, yeah, okay.
It's like, yeah, okay, you clump of cells.
Yeah, that little fucking clump of cells has IQ.
The cells are speaking to me right now. Like, yeah.
No, but a more interesting point is like the eugenics movement. See, I'm I'm playing. I'm
pro-eugenics.
I can't even commit to that bit. That would be a little bit tough. But a lot of the pro-abortion people, or pro-choice people, they'll make the argument that any sort of abortion for any inconvenience, such as genetic disorders or whatever the case is, such as the leg thing, is just eugenics. And I'm like, well, you're being a bit extreme.
Yes. So not like no.
Eugenics is a very specific.
This is about quality of life. It's like eugenics is like, we're going to make the baby taller, smarter, faster, more white. No. Because that's the real, it wouldn't be like, the fucking government being like, we're going to make black people. It'd be like, we need bigger, stronger white people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it's like, bro, that's not eugenics. All right, if I can I'm about to be born, okay? Right, and I'm like able to make this decision, be born but have like a shitty quality of life because you have this birth defect or some shit. Mm-hmm. It's like, or just not live. Like I'd probably rather not exist than have a shitty existence. When we're talking about quality of life and things like that,
depends on what extreme I think as well. Because I lost my train of thought.
If you're gonna be born as a vegetable,
yeah, okay. If you're gonna be born as a vegetable, but it's one of those things where it's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know, because plenty of people with disabilities, still exist. And
I'm talking about like very extreme ones. So I'm not saying like a slight disability. I'm talking about.
Neither am I. I mean, shoot. I'm also talking about even the more extreme ones. I mean, if you were born a vegetable, I guess that's a different story. Vegetables rather extreme, but I'm sure we could kind of take it a couple of steps back. Let's say you're born vegetable, but head neck down, right? Where would you not want to be existing?
Like paralyzed?
Yeah, like paralyzed. You're born paralyzed. You can't move, but you still got brain power somehow.
I mean, maybe, but if it's talking about being severely, mentally handicapped or something like that, it's like I'd rather not be alive, or be born with extreme, for instance, actually, here's one. Children that are, their parents do drugs, and then their whole fucking life is fucked up. fetal alcohol syndrome, if your parent does meth, does heroin while you're born, I wouldn't want to be born. I would rather be aborted and have like, and not be alive than to live like a lower quality of life. That is my take though. But I mean, I think too, it is fucked up, but a lot of parents do put their kids through that because they're selfish people that can't stay off of drugs. And it's like you shouldn't have kids. If you can't have the control to not do drugs, then you just shouldn't have the child. Because it's unfair, it's selfish. You're just having a child because you want to when you cannot abstain from drugs. So then you fuck up the child's life. That's what I mean. Like when you fuck up a kid's life just because you want to have a kid, it's like that's not right. And actually, my girlfriend works in an environment with pregnant moms, and she interacts with pregnant moms a lot. A lot of them are on drugs, and it's like actually infuriating. Like I'm talking heroin, I'm talking drinking, I'm sure a lot more things, but it's like literal heroin addicted moms. And it's like you not once thought, oh, let me abort this child. It's like you're just having a kid just because you want to have a child, and you're going to fuck up its whole life because you're on drugs.
Potentially.
If you're a daily heroin user, when your child is at the most like developmental stage of its life, it's like, it's not potentially, it's definitely fucking up these kids.
No. I'm not saying potentially in that regard. I'm saying your line of reasoning is more where I would kind of call into a question a couple of steps there. But I'm a little bit more soft on this. Obviously, my profession is like in the social work realm. And we can get rather philosophical.
Abort that child!
Yeah, I mean, we can get rather philosophical. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm very much pro-choice. You know what I mean? Like, hey, do your thing. But I don't think that making the argument based off of like any sort of fetal alcohol syndrome or predisposed substance use proclivities is a relatively convincing one, because you can kind of point to examples in which that was the case and they turned out fine. You can point to examples where it didn't turn out fine.
Yeah, but there's a lot of science behind using drugs when a baby's brain is developing.
I'm not saying use drugs when you're when you get pregnant. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. More what I'm saying is just that when we're having this conversation from the perspective of our existence right now, we're living. You know what I mean? You can't kind of like imagine not existing, or it's even rather hard to fathom the mindset or experience in which you had parents who grew up using substances and then you came out as some sort of...
But also we're talking about living and existing and not existing. But what if something is a clump of cells and it's not alive and not sentient, not conscious, and it's never been conscious, and you know that it's predisposed to have some kind of genetic disorder? Let's say even like things that, the kid isn't going to live past 5. Let's say they do genetic testing, this kid has a heart condition that, if born, it's not going to live past 5. You think that child should be born? I think if it's a clump of cells and it's not alive yet, I would say abort that child and maybe try having another kid or adopting or something like that. But I think in those extreme settings where it's like, we do genetic testing, the child is not sentient yet, it's not conscious, it's like technically alive, but so is bacteria on your hand when you put hand sanitizer on. But, that's the thing. It's like, if we know that, the child isn't going to have a good quality of life or is going to die, or, like there are certain things where it's just like the child isn't going to have a good life, it's not going to live very long, I would say abort that child, don't, have the kid. And then also though on the drug thing, it's like I think if somebody's doing drugs...
Listening, I'm just kind of cold.
I think, and they're pregnant and their kid is developing, because also it's like basically the younger you go, the more impacted you are for life by drugs. It's like if you're exposed to drugs later in your life, it doesn't affect you as much. If while your brain is developing, like quite literally being made in the womb, the mother is doing drugs, it fucks up the child's brain very badly, where you have like severely, stunted children, where they don't have a good quality of life. And that's something that irks me a lot.
I understand that. I think, I don't know if I want to beat on the point too hard, because this is not like our typical energy. But I suppose we can talk about whatever the fuck we want. So I guess where I think I'm more reserved in your sentiment of actually, I think where I take issue with it is kind of like the more shoulds and oughts, I suppose, because everything that you're saying in terms of using substances during a child's development, you're absolutely correct on, right? Where I kind of am calling into question is more of, I guess abstract esoteric level where it's just kind of like, okay, well, I mean, who are we to decide, well, you shouldn't have kids and like you should, you know?
I think if
Like,
you're an out of control drug user, you have no like obligation to have kids. I guess that's where I stand on it. Like if you're at a point where you are using drugs daily, like really of any kind, and you have no control to say like, oh, for 9 months I'm not going to do drugs, you shouldn't have a kid.
I agree. I think let's step into the mindset of an interesting scenario. I don't believe this would be the case. I 100% believe clump of cells, right? Like full stop, not existent. Some people believe that that's a life. You know what I mean?
They're wrong.
And so they're wrong, but are they going to act accordingly from our perspective of being correct? Probably fucking not. You know what I mean? If we're being practical. And
Yeah, but we're kind
we'll-
of getting into like, does junkie know that, you know, clump of cells isn't life form? I mean, it's like, we can get into, I mean, that's getting
That's
into...
pretty realistic. 50% of the population of the U.S. is Republican. 70% is not conservative Christian, right?
I know, but we're talking about getting into the mindset of somebody. I mean, we could also get into a mindset of like, why would somebody do drugs and, you know, do shit like fentanyl and be, you know, bent over half of the day because they're nodding out and shit like that. But I mean, you know, there are people that don't believe in science and don't know science.
That's true.
I mean, you know, that's a shame on their end. But I'm just saying from, you also know, I mean, I don't really care what your level of knowledge is. You know that doing drugs, that kid's going to be fucked up. It's like, even if you like, you know, didn't go to college, even if you didn't graduate high school, you know that doing drugs is bad. You know that it
Yeah.
fucks people. You know that it fucks developed individuals, like grown adults. If you pick up a heroin habit, it's going to fuck you up. So it's like you're having a kid. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
And also too, why even have that kid? Like if you're like a heroin junkie or something.
I think in an ideal world, I 100% agree. But more what I'm saying is, well, you know, there's a couple of things that we're kind of jumping over. I mean, we're kind of jumping over the fact of choice. You know what I mean? A lot of people who are using drugs probably don't have the most safe sex, you know? And so they get pregnant if they're under the belief system that we kind of live in which I guess clump of cells is a life. I don't agree with that. I think that's pretty low IQ and retarded, honestly. But when you kind of follow the line of general experiences of, okay, you have unsafe sex, now you get pregnant, now you're gonna have a kid or whatever, right? It's like, well, now you're doing a trolley question. You're saying, should I kill a life? To some people, right? I don't think it's a life. But to some people saying, should I kill a life or let the life go even though I'm still using kind of like heroin and stuff? I think that's a rather hard choice to make. That's why I think having kind of more... it's easy for us to judge from like a perspective of saying, all right, well, this is the right thing to do. It is. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm also saying that the quickness to make that judgment is not necessarily the best thought process in harm reduction in terms of these circumstances. You know what I mean? And I know I'm getting rather
buzzwords.
I'm not buzzwording though. I mean, I can fully explain each word I said, you know what I mean? Like in terms of substance use disorder, because unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, I mean, this is kind of something that...
But also too, so just to refute that point, it's,
Okay.
you know, should I choose to never have this life exist? Or like you said, should I kill this life or let it live but have a shitty life?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the decision they're making.
Absolutely. And you think that's an easy decision?
I
That's
mean,
what I mean.
If you're
it's
on
easy for
heroin
us.
and you have like, you know, you have a fucked up life, and then you're like, ooh, let me bring another life form into this.
I think the framing of let me bring a life into this is a false kind of framing. It's not like a ooh. I don't think it's a yippee sort of thing. You know what I mean? I think especially with...
I didn't say it's a yippee thing, but I'm saying, you know, that decision is a fucked up decision. If you have a shitty life,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like, okay, I'm pregnant, should I have the kid or not? And then you look at your environment and you're like, oh, you know, I do fucking heroin and, you know, I'm addicted to drugs all day.
So let me do murder.
That's the environment that you're bringing a kid into. Except it's not murder, though.
It's not murder
It's
from our
really not murder.
perspective.
But even if that is your perspective, I mean, okay, so you're a Republican heroin junkie who's, you know, very, very, strong on, oh, we can't get rid of this life form, but you do heroin every day. I mean,
People are pretty retarded,
I
honestly.
mean, it's true,
And
but
that's kind of, I would say, generally probably how it goes. And you don't have to be Republican to be, I guess, like pro-life, I suppose. Just because I think that a lot of people base their belief systems on vibes as opposed to like fully thought out things. And if you're raised in a society that just kind of vibes the fact that, fetuses are lives, depending on where you live, I mean, I think that decision can be a lot harder than we kind of let off. Now, I'm saying generally don't have fucking kids, right? Don't have kids if you're a heroin addict.
I was going to say too,
or a person addicted to heroin.
I think this taps into a bigger issue of parents just like not thinking about their kids' quality of life when they bring a kid into this earth. Because, I mean, for instance, right, you could even make the claim that like if you, don't have your shit together, you shouldn't have a kid, which is a good claim. I mean, really, and now, like, here's the thing, right? Maybe you get a girl pregnant, you're not ready to have a kid, but she wants to have the kid. It's not your decision. That's the thing too. I mean, now, unless you live down south where there's no decision, because I mean that's the thing too. We live in a stupid time where we've undone laws that gave women protection, for whatever reason. But that's the thing too. I mean, you could not want to have a kid, and then it's not your decision. You could say, hey, like I work at the deli part time. I make $100 a week, like. I can't afford a kid. I can't support a kid. And then she goes, well, we're going to figure it out.
2 womps.
Because, I mean, you know what? Like, that happens too, where a girl goes, we're going to figure it out. And that doesn't mean we're going to figure it out. It means you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's, she's going to be living at grandma's. Her and grandma are going to be taking care of it. You're going to be the breadwinner. Because, I mean, that's the thing too. A lot of, girls kind of have this, like, young girls, I should say. Young girls have this kind of, like, false belief that having a kid is just like, oh, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. But the thing is, it's like, if you don't have a $2 million trust fund, you don't just get to stay at home and be a mom. You end up being a working mom. And a lot of times, too, if the dad just disappears, now you're like a working single mom, which is really ass because it's like, child support does exist, but if he goes to Guadalajara, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Not even that, if he goes from Connecticut to New
yeah,
York.
I was just going to say, like,
I mean?
bro can just go across the country and it's like, yes, okay, if you find him and serve him with papers and blah, 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 bro can just keep relocating. It's like, if the courts can't, like, get access to his bank account, get access to his employer, and force you to, God damn it, what's that legal term they use? Garnish your wages. Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
It's like if they don't get access to legally garnish your wages, you're not getting that money, and that's the thing. And also, too, here's the thing. Here's the reality. A lot of moms just don't pursue child support. There are a lot that do, but there are some that literally just go, well, I'm on my own now, and it's like, and the dads will have money, too. Like, actually, my girlfriend, her mom didn't get child support after my girlfriend moved in with her and like, as a child, still as a minor, moved in with her. She didn't pursue child support even though she was paying for her full time and the father makes more money and yada yada. And that's the thing. So it's like you have moms that just don't get the child support that they're legally entitled to. And it's like, if you're a mother watching this, get your money.
Get your bag.
Get your money, bro.
Get your bag, sis.
Like seriously though, it's like don't work like, 3 fucking jobs. If he's out there living his best life, acting like he doesn't have a fucking kid, get that money. It doesn't matter if he's in Arizona and you live in fucking, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can still get your money.
Track that money down for real.
Yeah, the private investigators exist.
That's true. I also think that, I guess on a more broad point, I think generally that's like a flaw in our system. Like, why do we leave child support up to like states' rights?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's actually the challenge. It's like, if for example, my dad left me fatherless. No, I'm playing. But like, my dad left me at a very young age. And so let's say my dad moves to like fucking Arkansas, which you can't convince me really truly exists. You know what I mean? You can't convince me.
Never will.
Never been, never will. Doesn't exist.
Idaho is questionable.
Yeah. It can't hurt me. It doesn't exist. But, let's say my dad moves to Arkansas. Now, I can go through the Connecticut court system to be like, hey, let me get my money. But then who's the enforcer of that? The federal government? It's actually not the federal government. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's like a kind of interconnected system of different police forces and local state kind of, not local necessarily, but obviously law enforcement communicates with each other. I think that when it comes to child support's kind of like on the bottom of the list of like, oh, I'm going to go arrest this man for like not paying child support.
Yeah.
Most laws don't. I don't think it's a felony.
Think you get arrested.
You don't get arrested.
I think it's just like a court issue where it's like you get taken to court. I think the only way that it would probably be an actual criminal charge is like not showing up to court.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like if you schedule a thing, don't show up for like the third time in a row or whatever, like something like that. But I don't think if you don't pay child support, you actually like go to jail.
Yeah.
I think it just still remains like a family civil issue.
A third womp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but just to go back to what I was saying before, though, is like you can even get into, but this is more of a gray area, saying that it's like actually this isn't even unethical. This is just true. A lot of parents have kids, and like willingly too. Not even like a oh, I wasn't ready, but she got pregnant and wouldn't have an abortion because she was raised Christian and threw salt over her shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know what I'm saying?
Hit a couple Hail Marys. Child out of wedlock.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like there are times where people willingly like, yeah, we're gonna have this kid when they shouldn't.
Absolutely.
And it's like a lot of people don't think about that, like being financially ready, being like also this is a big one too. Like yes, financially ready. You have to afford a kid. Afford a kid is not fucking cheap, and it's not free either. Like raising a kid is expensive, but also being mature enough and emotionally developed enough too. Like if you're gonna like lose all your money on fucking rain bet or some shit and then beat your kids, you know what I'm saying?
It's like you probably shouldn't have kids. And there's probably a lot of viewers right now who are some of those fatherless ass motherfuckers, or some of the actually I forget, we're on YouTube. Some of the fucking retards in our comment section.
The freedom, fact.
Yeah.
Like fatherless. Listen, all I gotta say is if you hate on this video, but you watch Andrew Tate and you're like, Andrew Tate changed my life. Yeah, he turned you into a fucking retard. You know what I'm saying? And guys are like, this is the thing too. Guys are like, oh, I watched Andrew Tate. He changed my life. Bro, you're homeless now. It's like, he changed your life. You're homeless now, bro.
You actually know a nigga who went homeless
off
the tape.
My God.
You're homeless off the tape pack. You know
Tell this story. Tell this story real quick.
Okay, so there was this one kid from high school who back in the day used to be actually really in shape.
He'll be a reoccurring character over this whole podcast too.
Oh man, he's like where we're from. There's a lot of just like IRL fucking lol cows. You know what I mean? Just truly people who I sit there, I'm like, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's homeless.
And they don't know. They don't even know.
Exactly. That's the thing.
And they're real lol cows. Like they're mad fun. Actually, we got one. We gotta talk about the big one. The big one.
Actually, the retard of the year. Mantle. Anyways, but with this kid, used to be in shape, a little bit annoying, would walk up to you sometimes, and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Like really fucking loud, sort of high
ADHD. Yo, you want to do like hill sprints later, bro? Dude, you trying to run with me?
It's like, no, dude, it's 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. School just started.
Bro, he would show up late to a wrestling practice and like show up at the last 10 minutes and then ask me to do hill sprints after. And I remember one time I'm like, why don't you just show up to the fucking practice and run hill sprints when we're actually out there?
Right?
And because that's the thing, he would ask you to do some shit, but he didn't actually want to do it.
And and it was all performative, which is hilarious because I think this was, I don't know if we were both together for this or if this is something you told me. Genuinely can't remember. Actually, you know what? He probably did it to both of us because he would have like a healthy meal. It'd be like,
oh my God.
rice.
I had a class with this kid. It was a study period. And it would be like a little Tupperware container. And he'd be like, oh, look at this, bro. It's mad disgusting. He'd have the fork. He'd be like, look at it. He's like, that's mad disgusting, right? He's like, bro, chicken, rice, and broccoli. It's all I eat. And he would spend the whole time talking about it and then like maybe take one bite at most. He wouldn't even eat it. He would talk about it the whole time. And then at the end of the period, he would throw it in the fucking trash. It's like,
yep. And so this is, a reoccurring theme. Guy, if you work out just because, I don't know, you want to be like performative with it. Actually, damn, that's such a good topic. I almost want to grab onto that. People who work out just to like get attraction from women. But anyways, you know what I mean? But not just women, but like generally like
they work out and they think they're getting back at their ex or something.
Yeah, like the type of energy where it's like you don't work out just because you like to or you like to, look in the mirror sometimes and feel like a fucking god. Like specimen. I know y'all can't relate.
Especially, bro, the one dude from last night, some dude commented, right? And he said something about low T. I look on his... Bro's like the king of low T. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God.
He looked like a fucking human reject.
He looked like a failed midlife crisis.
That's
like, sometimes dudes have a midlife crisis. They do some steroids, they lift weights, and then get juiced to the gills. He looked like a failed one. He looked like he tried and just nothing changed. You know what I mean? Like, He really looks like that too. It's like,
Evolutionarily, something looked wrong with that guy, man. He looked
bro,
like a fucking
you
troglodyte.
cannot talk shit if you look like that. Like,
So,
oh my
brother, you
god.
look like a fucking Neanderthal. I know you watching too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Stay on this dick. Stay on this fucking long. And I know you can't even fathom anything related to phallic and fucking long, okay?
But you know, real quick,
I almost forgot, yeah.
this kid Justin though, it was Justin with a O.
Justin!
Justin Morgan. But this kid, so like when I first came to school, he was actually in pretty good shape. Like he had a 6-pack, and like you knew because he would like post on Instagram like all it's like 6-pack.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had like his performative ass, like oh dude, I'm gonna run like 10 miles after school, bro. And then I got into wrestling. He was trash at wrestling. That was something that actually surprised me. He was trash. And he acted like, if you looked at his Instagram, you would think he was like state champion or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was trash.
Trash-ass nigga. And the thing is like, I'll give him credit. Back then, he was really fucking in shape. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
6-pack.
Yeah. At one
vascular,
point.
I'm just like, damn, okay. But the common theme of being performative is just not going to get you too far. And so fast forward, as most men who graduate high school, a lot of them.
Wait, no. You're skipping over the whole junior year and the senior year. This dude put on a bunch of weight. And so like when I was wrestling, he was supposed to cut down from like fucking, I think like junior year he wrestled, like he was a senior, he was a year older. No. So junior year he started wrestling like trash. But what happened was he was supposed to lose weight and he fucking went up in weight. Mm-hmm. Like he was like, let's say he was supposed to wrestle at like 170. He was like 173. Coach was like, oh, lose the weight, 3 pounds, shouldn't be bad. The next time he gets on the scale, he's like 178. The coach was like, what are you doing, bud? I remember he stepped on the scale and he was 180. And the coach was like, ah! Like he started screaming and shit. He was all mad as fuck. And then he like never wrestled. He wrestled like one time too. They put him in. And he fucking lost too. And everybody was disappointed in him.
Man.
But then like after we graduated high school, I remember seeing him a couple times. I'm like, damn, he got big. I mean, he got chunky. But then you and me and one thing is too, when we were like in the wrestling season when he was putting on a bunch of weight, I remember you kept saying to me, because we would rag on this kid too. We would rag on him. You said to me, you were like, oh dude, I was at McDonald's and I saw him like fucking attacking a burger. And you said you would see him like, he'd be
he was like scarfing.
And I remember you tried getting videos and shit, but he'd be like in the dark and stuff. But I remember thinking, I'm like, all right, we rag on him a lot. Like Isaiah's probably like, up playing it. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, he'd be attacking like 5 burgers. And I'm like, Isaiah's up playing it. Like he's probably just having like 1 burger or some shit. Bro, he stepped on that scale and I'm like, damn, Isaiah wasn't lying. He was fucking up 5 burgers. Because bro, he became a fat boy during a wrestling season.
During wrestling season.
Like,
that's
dude,
the crazy part.
During a wrestling season, you get like shredded as fuck. Because you're working out like 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's like out of the season is when you should be getting fat.
And it's not even just like, you do a little like jogging, bro. Wrestling training is just some of the fucking most excruciating, hard fucking training you could ever go through.
It's like the equivalent of like running sprints while lifting weights at the same time. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like cardio and muscle, because you're lifting motherfuckers. You try to lift somebody up and you get tired as fuck. You're like, ah. Then you're on the ground. You're like, ah.
You're holding out for dear life.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to put on weight during a fucking wrestling season.
And the amount of calories too, because you're burning like a minimum, like, because the thing is too, before I got an Apple Watch, I never like counted calories that much. And it's an estimation, so I'd always be like, I didn't burn fucking, that many calories. Mm-hmm. After like having the Apple Watch and shit and knowing how many calories you burn, in one practice, we were burning over 1,000 calories. Over 1,000 calories. Because I've had like, I've burned more calories with less exertion.
Easily.
And, like, easily 1,000 calories, 1,000 to 2,000 calories being burned because it's like 3 to 4 hours of intense exercise the whole time.
No stop.
Like
maybe like
20 seconds of rest. You know what I'm saying?
Break. You know what I'm saying?
Grab your
sippy. You know what I'm saying?
Like and then you're back to it.
Yeah.
And so to eat that much, that's literally like 5 burgers. You know what I'm saying?
Burger. And he was scarfing them shits down. That's the crazy part, man. And like, mind you, for context too, like I cannot stress enough. Wrestling's fucking tough, man. I started wrestling at like 177. I used to be big into like, weightlifting, powerlifting type, getting big. Mm-hmm. Bro, I ended a wrestling season at around like 153. Mm-hmm. And mind you, I'm not like a massive person or anything like that. That's like that was in 3 fucking months as well. Just in one season. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But to get back to the story, ADHD brain going crazy right now. Fast forward a couple years. Do you
This
actually
is
want to
like
tell the story?
yeah.
But the
This
part
is-
where we mutually saw him, and then I'll kind of like jump
Alright.
to the.
So we're like driving around, okay, and although I'm trying to remember, this might have been after the. Was this after you saw him and he told you the whole?
No.
No. Okay, so we're
this
driving
was
around,
well before.
and we're in where I live, so it's like kind of like away from where we knew this kid. I'm driving around a main street, a busy street, and we see him walking around looking disheveled as fuck, like literally looking homeless. And the thing is, I don't think he's actually homeless. He's just like raggedy and dirty. Like it wasn't just a raggedy look, like he's wearing some like fucked up looking basketball shorts, but he was looking dirty.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like the t-shirt is tattered and worn, and like
there's like grease stains on it, black grease stains. You
like
got
bro's not
mustard
a
stains.
mechanic.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's got mechanical stains on his
Yeah,
shit.
that
It's
shit
like,
was devious.
and we see him
man.
and we're like, is that Justin? And we're like, what the fuck? We're like, what the fuck is he doing? And I'm worried too, because I'm like, now he's roaming around where I live. I'm like, he's gonna end up coming and be like, bro, you wanna, and that's he'd be like, bro. Oh,
and
man.
so he was quite literally unrecognizable
Yeah.
in terms of size as well.
And fat.
Like that's what I
fat.
mean in terms of size specifically,
Fat.
unrecognizable. The type of fat where it's like it impacts your voice type of fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
And so one day, maybe this was a couple weeks later, because this was around the same time. I was like, why am I bumping into this motherfucker? I see him at a fucking gas station, and I think I was just like changing my brakes or something, and I just got my car on the road. I'm like, God, I need like some fucking caffeine after that, man. Car work in Connecticut, man. Rust,
True.
fucking dirt, grime. I need some caffeine, a Blinkerton. No, I'm playing.
10.
10, yeah, no,
A
actually.
Blinkerton or 10.
And I see him on a bike, and I'm like, oh, like this person looks familiar, but still kind of unrecognizable, sort of fat. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm like similar. I don't know. I go into the store. I come out. He's like, yo, Isaiah. I'm like, oh my god. I'm pumping my gas. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
You're like,
yeah, no. I'm like, oh man. You said Ezekiel? Yeah. No, actually.
moving like fucking celebrities and the paparazzi is outside. Like you got, oh man.
And so
It's all real quick. It's always a bum from high school. It's never somebody you want to see that's like, yo, Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? It's always like, you're like, oh, is that? Oh man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like, oh man, like, weren't you on Fent a couple months ago? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
it's like, how are you on TRT and Fent at the same time? Like, and now you're acting like we were besties. And that's the thing too. It's somebody that like never was friends with in high school. We'll be like, yo, how you doing, bro? And I'm like,
I don't know you niggas.
it's like we were never like that. You know what I'm saying? You think
hot
'cause we-
ass breath mad close
It's like
to
you
and
think
shit,
because we
like-
graduated like 7 years ago, all of a sudden like time passed and like you think I'm missing those days or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you think like you see me and it's like, oh, high school, like a good time in my, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a callback to like the peak of their life. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's why they like light up when they see me.
Yeah.
Because it's somebody that like we never lit up to see each other ever. And then you see me out somewhere where I don't want to see you too. You know what I'm saying? Like.
It'll be like at a Stop and Shop, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then they're
Walmart,
like,
you're
yo.
oh my
And you're like,
god.
no.
Oh my god. And you see in their brain actively the fucking guinea pig on wheels just go fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
They're like high school.
yeah. It's so cringe. So I see him. He's like, yo, Isaiah. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, exactly.
My honest reaction.
And I'm like, oh, man, like, how's it going? I
should have
think,
sprayed him with the gas.
actually,
You
I
know?
should have set him on fire, man.
You should like, and he'd be like, what are you doing? You're like,
And I can't get away because I'm filling up my gas. My gas hasn't, like, I just started filling
Right,
it
yeah,
up as well. And so he starts telling me his whole fucking life story.
and you're only $1 in.
Exactly. And I'm like, fuck, dude, get me the fuck out of here.
It's one of those slow ass pumps too. Like you're squeezing it like all the way down. And it's
And
like,
you know how sometimes the gas pump, like, you know, it like stops. Yeah, it's like, don't.
it's
And
a
I'm like,
chunk.
fuck,
You're
man.
like,
I'm like,
I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, bro, if I were in your shoes, I might have like just started spraying him. Get the fuck away from me!
bad boy, go. You know what I mean?
Get
Like,
back up! Back the fuck up! Like,
and mind you, he's still dressed like a fucking bum. I think he might have been in the same fucking fit. That's
Bro,
crazy.
probably wasn't
you know
the
what I'm
same
saying?
fit.
Practically the same fit. Shorts, greasy ass shirt.
didn't he ask you for a cigarette too?
Asked me for a cig. I'm like, I don't smoke cigs, nigga. What? Cigs? You down that bad?
He thought you were on the same level as him.
Yeah, that's an insult.
That is
Wow,
like he
man.
thought you were that down
Yeah,
bad. Like
oh,
you were
man.
gonna be like, here you go, bro. Like, you know, like got him right here.
I'm like, damn, I'm on my last like 1.5 cigs, but you can have the half cig, man.
Yeah,
I
you're
know
doing way worse than me, bro.
yeah.
I'm just gonna let you have this shit from being for real.
You got that little bow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At that
and so
point,
he's telling me his whole life story,
which you never asked
and
to
I
hear.
never asked. I'm like silent. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You probably weren't even saying it. You were like, mm-hmm.
No, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
I don't even gotta watch. I'm checking that shit. You know what I mean?
No, it's just you pumping your gas, right? You're like, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go, bro.
Yeah. Good seeing you, bro.
And he's saying how he was working like some factory job, and then he got fired, and like his mental health got really bad. And what saved him in these moments? Saved him?
The king himself.
Oh, actually, you know what? There's even more. He lost his car, so that's why he was on his bike, right? Lost his car. Damn. For a while, didn't have a place to stay. Was actually staying on friends' couches, by the way. This shit, like, this, you know what I mean? And so, he's like, dude. I was going through a lot of like really tough mental stuff.
He's testing the water to see if he could be right here.
And there's one person who just really saved my life. Do you know this guy, Andrew Tate? And I'm like, oh my fucking God. At this point, I take the fucking the gas pump and I start fucking lighting myself on fire. I'm just like,
you start drinking it, yeah.
I'm like, yummy. No, I'm not even making sounds. I'm staring him dead in the eyes as I'm.
Oh, you'd have to jump on him.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'd take his ass out with me. Oh hell no.
He's like, yeah, this guy Andrew Tate. He really saved my life. Like, he really just taught me like how to be a man and like how to like you start to like just work towards the things that you really want in life. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah, Andrew Tate really helped. Lost job, lost car, became homeless. Asking for cigs from anybody he sees from high school.
Asking for $1 practically. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, let me hold $1.
Man.
Like, bro, that's the Tate effect. You know what I mean?
No, for real.
As a grown-ass man, you start watching Andrew Tate or Third Wave.
He probably paid for fucking Tate University, too. Hustlers University.
That's what got him his car lost.
No, for real, bro. He was like, I'm just investing in myself. If I just pay, like, I know I need, like, my car needs repair, but, like, it's an investment in myself, and it's going to pay back because I'm going to learn how to be a millionaire with the Bugattis. If I pay him, I'll learn how to make all the money in Bugattis, dude.
Oh, my God. It's just so fucking cringe. But you see, like, you actually see the Andrew Tate effect in real fucking time. Homeless.
Bro, he has that effect.
No job. Asking for cigs, man. Dirty, greasy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like the thing that's associated, like all those attributes and you get hating women. Are you fucking gay? Come on now. What are we talking about?
Yeah. It's crazy too. So like I just remember the whole thing about him and the feet. So I remember guys would always be like, oh, he has a foot fetish. He's a foot fetish. Like some guys that said they had the same room as him, they said they went to bed and they woke up with their socks off. And like, I was always like, that's got to be bullshit. This girl that, you and I knew, I was fucking with her for a while.
Acquaintance.
But she said that, like, she was talking to him and he was asking for foot pics. And the funniest thing, this is actually a screenshot. I probably have it somewhere deep in Google Photos. But I think she asked him, like, what are you into or some shit. And he goes, anal foot job. And like, now I hope those two things were meant to be separate, right? But she screenshotted that, or like maybe I took a picture of it on my phone. It was something like that. Yeah. And I had that shit for like, years. And it was just an inside joke to be like anal foot job. Anal foot job. But it was like, that was the moment where I'm like, wow, like, like their stories might be bullshit, but this dude is into feet.
Yeah.
Like he is into feet. Weird
but you're missing some more peak, man.
Oh, there's so much peak with this dude.
The mattress.
Oh my God.
The mattress?
Oh my
I'm
God.
sitting here like, I'm on the edge of my seat. You know what I mean? I'm scratching. I'm like, what? The mattress?
So her, she was getting him horny as fuck and having him send shit. He sent her a video of him fucking his mattress, which is like, oh my God. So many levels of cringe. Like, oh, whoo, whoo. Like,
and that's how we should have known he was predetermined for Tateism.
Like he was a lolcow. He was a lolcow before he was even really a lolcow.
Oh my fucking God, dude! Fucking the mattress.
Yeah.
Oh,
like, bro,
man.
like, oh my God, fucking the mattress alone, insane, right? Already like insane work. But the fact that you would fucking record it, right? And also too, bro was a senior in high school. This isn't like you're 12 years old and you're like tapping the mattress or some shit. No. This is an 18-year-old dude, legal adult, with the also too probably talking to somebody who's legally a minor too at this point. 'Cause she was younger than us, a year younger than us. But like so talking to somebody who's probably legally a minor, actually definitely legally a minor. And because she wasn't even 18 until after we graduated. But so he's records him fucking a mattress and then sends it to a fucking like the fact that you think to do it. Okay, first of all, the act, record it, and then send it to the hus. Like, oh my God, who else got that video?
No, that's what I mean, bro.
She should have recorded that shit.
Actually, though.
Like, that should be blackmail. She would have money for life, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
also, real quick, you know what's funny? So, like, I know, you know what's mad funny is I remember our senior year, he's graduated, and he's hanging out with kids that are younger than us. He was hanging out with this kid, Mitchell, if you remember that kid.
I do remember.
I remember because I'm in some class, and he's like, yeah, bro, I was hanging out with Justin Borsha. He's got like a sick-ass car and, like, a nice job and, like, an apartment and everything. And he's, like, bragging to these young kids about how he has money, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if I'm graduated high school and I have money, I'm not hanging out with kids that are younger, that like 3 years younger than me, and trying to like flex my money and apartment. Like, bro, what? Hard cope, right?
Smells like broke, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then now, bro's literally homeless. But oh my God, fucking the mattress, and yeah,
fucking the mattress, man.
Also, too. So here's another story involving this dude, because might as well go full in depth. So you and me used to box quite a bit, and we would take videos of it, you know, post shit on Instagram. But we also just did it out in public. We'd be in a field somewhere boxing.
Yeah.
So this kid, he was somebody that would like post pictures of him hitting the heavy bag, and he was like a pretend boxer. Like he was like, you know what I mean? Like he was somebody that like would tell you that he was a boxer. Oh, he was like, I used to be Golden Gloves. Like some shit. Like he was one of those. Yeah, bro, I was Golden Gloves, bro. It's like you don't even know what that is. Like you think that's a title. You know what I'm saying? But so he'd be like, yeah, bro, I used to be Golden Gloves, bro. And like, so basically this kid starts nonstop messaging me on Instagram, and he's like, yo, bro. He's like, I see you box, bro. He's like, you want to box? And so you and me are like boxing out. Like also the thing is too, you and me are boxing. Like I'm getting my boxing every day. And so he's like hitting me up every day for like 2 weeks straight in the summer. And so finally one day I'm like, because the thing is too, I don't know this kid, so I'm not like trying to invite him over to my house, because like I don't want no weirdos at the crib. So it's like, you know, I'm not inviting him to either of our houses. But one day we're out in like literally in the field, like over there. I think we were literally like there.
Yeah.
Actually we were, I remember.
Yeah.
So we're over in this field at this, it was an abandoned school. And now they actually fixed it up. Mm-hmm. Crazy, because it was abandoned. Like people used to, like we used to fight there, like real fights. Like,
yeah.
But so we're like, I'm like, you know what? I'm out and about. Like, I can have this dude pick us up. Oh, and that's the thing too, because he's like, bro, I can pick you up. That was the part. Every day, and it's like, dude, like, don't you have something better to do? You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, so he's like, bro, I can pick you up. Okay. Mm-hmm. So one day, I'm like, you know, yeah, tell this kid where we're at. He pulls up, brings us to his house, and we box this kid. And so before we even box, like I'm like, all right, you ready? We touch gloves. And he's like, wait, so let's go light. He's like, let's go really light, like 10%. I'm like, all right, we're good. And then, you know, hey, let's go light though. Let's go light. And he does this like 5 times. I'm like, I got it. You know, we're going light. Because too, I'm not trying to take his head off. So we start going, you know, and I'm just like testing the waters, seeing what, you know, what he's going to do. Bro is swinging from the fucking hip. Like I literally, like I just, footwork, baby. I take a couple of steps back. Like he comes forward, tries throwing like a fucking overhand right. And he's literally like throw a punch and he's like down here. Like that's how hard he overthrew his punch. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is how it is. Like you want to say, oh, let's go light. And then you throw like, you know, the fucking fridge at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And also so telegraphed, easiness. And also too, in my head, I'm like, I'm thinking this kid's going to be better. Because you know what I'm saying? He's like Mr. Fitness, like post him hitting the heavy bag. And too, he's like, I'm Golden Gloves, bro. You know, yeah. So, you know, I'm thinking this kid's actually going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Garbage. So like a couple of like punches, and then I'm like, all right, cool, this kid's trying to take my head off. So like now I'm not swinging light. I start just cracking him. I just start like countering him, and I crack him like a couple of times. He just straight up gives up. Like I crack him like with a few punches. He didn't even let it go a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I countered him like maybe 2 or 3 times with like some solid shots, because it's like when you're trying to take my head off, okay, bro, like, you know, launch your head right into this punch.
Yeah.
And so I crack him a few times, and then he's like, oh, I'm tired. You guys box. And then he takes the camera, because you were recording, because that's the thing too. He liked boxing with people that didn't know how to box.
Yeah.
And then like taking a video of it. And so, you know, he's like, oh, you guys box. Deletes the fucking video. Takes his phone back and deletes it. Because I remember immediately after, I'm like, yo, let me get that video. He's like, I deleted it. I'm like, Like,
Yo,
you know,
for real. It's kind of funny too, because I think from my memory, you had gone first, and I think he honestly wanted to go against you first as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a really odd, peculiar sort of move there, you know? And exactly what you're just telling now, where every 5 seconds in the beginning, he's like,
Yeah.
let's go light.
We're going light, dude. Like,
and I saw
10%.
that fucking telegraphed ass punch, that fucking overhand right. And I'm like, oh, nah, this motherfucker's going to get
Bro's
hit.
like, let's go light,
You know
let's go
what I'm
light.
saying?
And then he's like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, tries throwing like a fucking, like, everything. Like, it's not just like, because sometimes you spar somebody and they throw like a bit of power into it and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're supposed to be going light. You want to be throwing it? No. This is like Charlie Zelenoff. Like, let's just do some light sparring. You know, like he's literally throwing like a fucking windmill ass overhand right. And I'm like, you know, and easy as fuck. Also, the thing is, he didn't have good footwork, because he would throw it and it's like he wasn't close enough to land. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like really easy to like move out of his range. And then the thing is too, he would also like throw something but like kind of stay there. So it made it really easy to just like bing bing.
Yeah.
So I just caught him a couple times and then immediately just like he gets cracked a couple times and then like wants to stop. And then he was like, oh, I'm tired. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm tired. You guys go. And it's like.
And actually, it's kind of funny because I think clouded him a little bit on that.
We did, yeah.
I mean,
No, because like, bro, it's like he didn't even box a full minute. And he's like, oh, I'm tired. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you know, like we literally started clowning him because it's like.
He used to, oh my God, he used to refer to himself as a workhorse.
Yes, yeah.
That was the insult, bro.
Yeah.
Immediately, we're like, bro, I thought you were the workhorse, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like, bro, you're the workhorse. Come on. It was literally like, basically, as soon as he realized that I could box, he was like immediately was like, oh shit, like noped out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was hoping I was gonna it was gonna be a little highlight reel for him, like, oh, box somebody who can't box.
Yeah.
Because actually, so Andre told me a story that same thing. He would always try to like box kids. Like he'd be like, oh, let's box. So Andre said one time, like I think it was him and this kid Zach, Gaylord. They were over there, like I think they were having like a sleepover. They were just chilling, some shit like that. But he's like, oh, let's box. So he I think was swinging hard on the kid Zach, and then him and Andre boxed, and he like tried swinging hard as fuck and hit Andre. So Andre said he got mad as fucking uppercutted him, and he like hit his ass back and dropped him, and he fell onto a couch because they were like boxing around a couch.
Yeah.
And he said he dropped his ass, and he said he like ran to the bathroom afterward, but he said he like rocked his shit, which I mean it's Andre. Andre 6'3", specimen,
like absolute specimen.
Like for the keyboard warriors out there that are like, but in a street fight, you would get knocked the fuck out. You would, and also state champion wrestler heavyweight. You would like, not only could he knock you the fuck out, I've also sparred him many times. I've taught him some tips and tricks too. Like, first of all, he didn't need much anyways. He was good off the rip, but I've even I've given him some boxing knowledge. It's like, bro.
That's the crazy part. He's like a physical specimen who is naturally inclined for practically anything.
Bro's like somebody that could like watch a UFC fight and then perfectly pull off a wheel kick. Actually, I'm making that joke. He perfectly pulled off an arm bar. I don't think bro ever did a fucking arm bar before. Or maybe he fucked around a little bit at wrestling. But like bro, literally like pulled off moves. I'm like, you haven't even taken a jiu-jitsu class. Yeah. And he did it like easily too. And I'm like man. I'm like, you cannot be getting me in an arm bar that quick. Like that shit, you know what I'm saying? You are way too good at that shit.
Yeah, he also does like 720 backflips off of 500 feet drops, you know what I mean?
Bro has the control of like a 5'2" gymnast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when you see a gymnast go on the rings and do something? He has the control to do that while being a foot taller. Like literally 6'3". Like he's doing movements.
And 100 pounds heavier.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that motherfucker's
And bro's like the type of dude where he's like, yeah, dude, like, I've been getting out of shape. And then he's like,
yeah. He's in the locker room changing. He's like, yeah, dude, I've been getting out of shape. Bro, fucking 20 pack, bro.
Yeah,
fuck
like,
that.
that's
Vascular out the whim. It's like, bro, what the fuck's going on, bro?
Bro, his idea of like chubby is like his six pack is like, like a vein is fading. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like, bro, be like, yeah, bro, like I haven't been working out. Meanwhile, looking like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 70s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro's just a physical specimen. Like,
absolutely.
All he has to do is watch a video of somebody do something once, and he'll be like, and just like do that shit perfectly. Do like the 720 back. I've actually seen him jump, not even jump. Like, let's say this is a person, right, standing at 100 feet. This is their legs. These are their arms. Just lean back, fall, go down, right, and then go like head first down, and then last second like. Very gracefully though, like sometimes you see people do shit and they gotta like jerk in the air, or they're you see them where you're like, oh shit, they might. No, him, it's like, oh, Oh, like, you know, like 10 out of 10 Olympian, like.
The way that he moves got me thinking that he might like come out of the water and levitate back up.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like literally, like, you know, like you played Assassin's Creed as a kid.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you see him like jump off the shit, and he's like, you're like, you can't do that, bro. You wouldn't do that. Andre is like.
He can do that, man.
And the thing is too, like, all right, so I jumped off of, I think it was 60 feet. He jumped off of like 80. I've seen him do that off of 80 feet, which like, here's the thing too, like for the keyboard warriors that don't go outside and don't know like what that actually looks like, 80 feet when you're looking down, like you'd be like this. The edge could be here. You're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, and I'm somebody who's not, I have free soloed. I have like free soloed where if I fell, I'd be dead or want to be dead. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm good. I'd be on the ground like, oh, you know what I'm saying? If I'm even conscious, that is. And like, so it's like, as somebody who's free soloed, even at those that like, when you go next to that, like the 60-foot cliff, you're like, woo, that's a way down.
Yeah.
And then jumping off of it, dude, I jumped off the 60 feet. It feels like you fall for a couple of seconds. And really, it's like probably like 1 second in total.
Yeah.
It feels like you're falling like, you know what I mean? Before you're like, whoosh.
Yeah.
And I've seen his at like, and the thing is like, I didn't actually, I didn't like take that long because I had like faith, because where we went was a quarry where it's like 200 feet of water straight down. So you're like set. But like I've done some cliff jumping where it's like a waterfall where it's really sketchy, but I've jumped. But even I jumped one time and hit the bottom, and I didn't hit it hard. But I hit, and like, let's say when I hit the water, like the water level's here, I went under and I went like sideways. And when I did, my elbow hit a rock, and I was like, I'm done.
Like, oh.
That was with Brian and Eddie and one other kid. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. Like I jumped, because I jumped a bunch of times before that. But then that one where like my elbow hit the thing, I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had a little bit too much velocity, like.
It's over, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, like the pencil dive.
Yeah.
It's like you almost want to hit, like, you got to really protect your balls. That is actually one thing. Anybody who wants to try cliff, go somewhere that's safe. And go there, like, don't just jump off. Don't just, like, go with some dumbass who's like, oh, yeah, bro, like, I've jumped mad times. Go there and swim, because that's the thing. When I went with those kids, I like, dove under the water and, like, swam around and checked actually how deep it was and looked around and felt around for rocks, because, like, I don't trust anybody. Like, when it comes to my safety, I trust myself and my judgment. I don't just listen to somebody who's like, yeah, dude, it's, like, totally good. But, you know, and
you're impaled on a fucking rock.
Yeah,
You know
like,
what I mean?
actually.
Like,
yeah. Or, like, yeah, you're with someone who's like, it's totally good, and it's, like, 2 feet of water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, that time I was like, fuck that. But at the quarry, I remember the kid that was going before me was like, he kept going up to it, and he's like, oh, dude, oh. And, like, he kept, like, backing out. And then because it was kind of like a line of people waiting to go. And by the time it was my turn, dude, I was just up there. I looked at it, and then I was like, but yo, you got to protect your balls. But like what I was going to say though is when you go to those like shallower spots, you don't want to pencil dive as much. You want to like protect your balls, but you don't want to like pencil dive. You want to like cross your legs and like go like that. But you almost want to have like one of your legs out.
Yeah.
Because if you pencil dive, you know, you go like straight down a lot farther because it's like a missile, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you go down like a torpedo, and it's like you kind of almost want to have that like crash where it's like you stay more towards the surface. You don't really want to go
split down the middle. Start with the balls.
like, ooh,
you know what I mean? Start
what
with
I think
the balls.
What I think about is like hitting and then pencil diving straight through and having enough force where it's just like just in that like it's like the equivalent of if you just fell like 30 feet and just landed on a rock with your legs straight. Like your shit would be so broken. Like you know what I'm saying?
Fucking body swimming. You come out
like,
the water,
no.
you see a bone sticking out of your shit. You're like, oh.
Bro, that'd be so ass. Because you know, like if you have your legs straightened out too, your shit's breaking in.
Oh my God. Dude, it's kind of like the
and
videos.
too, I mean, if you go bad enough, you could break your spine.
Spinal.
Spinal.
Kind of reminds me of those videos of people doing like the leg press. And then inverted leg. Inverted leg.
New PR achieved on the inverted leg. Like you see somebody trying to like fucking, you know, press like 1,200 pounds, and they're like, and then their legs like, ooh, that shit. Whenever I see them, I'm like, oh, like, it's just like,
oh my God.
Oh man, that is on the, like, bro, like I remember like you were with me. I was powerlifting for a period of time, and it was fun. But the thing is, like, it's crazy too when I think back to it, because a lot of times when people powerlift, it takes them like months to like put up their PR. I came off a wrestling season and I was like really thin. I was like 152 pounds. And I was just like, I want to powerlift. So I started powerlifting but there was a time where like every time I'm like, I don't know if I can lift this. Like it was just like, going into the unknown with lifts. And it's like, I remember thinking like, man, like I hope I don't get an injury or like anything like that. Because when you keep pushing it and pushing it, it's like, and especially when you get into, because that's the thing, my bench was never good, but for squats and deadlifts, I lifted some heavy weights. But it's like when you get to those really heavy weights, it gets to the point where you're like, I might fucking pass out. Like you worry about like, having a hernia, like, cracking your back or some shit.
You
like,
feel it in your whole fucking body with those fucking lifts, man. Like,
yeah, and it's
suboptimal, especially when you.
I did a couple where it's like, you remember like you had to stand behind me just to make sure I wasn't gonna be because bro, when you lift like 300 plus, like when you put that shit down, you're like,
No, for real. Yeah.
Like, you're like. People are like, nice, and you're like, help me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, hold on.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, like, bro, that's how it feels.
It does feel like that though. You get mad lightheaded. Then balance is just no longer a thing.
Yeah, it does not feel good.
It's odd.
I remember I had Bonner Blay. I was lifting with him, and he tricked me into lifting a shit ton of weight. And that's the thing. Sometimes you psych yourself out. So we were squatting, and I squatted like 225 easily. He put like 315 on there. I tried to squat it and I like didn't even go down. I just was like, nah. And I just like put it back on the thing. I was like, nah. I'm like, I didn't have it. So he's like, all right. Goes back down to 225. Just starts adding weight, but does it in like smaller weights. You know what I mean? To where like I'm not keeping track of it.
Yeah.
So we like, keep going up. I'm lifting. And then at one point I remember I'm doing it and I go down and I'm coming up and I'm like doing it, and I'm like on my 4th, 5th rep. And like and bro, Connor never got excited, right? Connor, he's like, yes, yes, and I did 6 reps, and he's literally like, but he's like, yes, like he's getting excited as fuck, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what I just did, but it must have been good. And he's like, bro, do you know how much you just did? And I'm like, what? He's like, you just did, I think it was 365 for 6 reps. And I was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? My ass was like, I didn't even think I could do 1 rep of 315. He put that shit on there and, I ended up doing it.
That shit on, man.
I got that shit on. But, that was one thing. And then for like deadlifts, I think I got to like 400 pounds. Because I remember it like got to like 300 and then I was pushing it up. And if it wasn't 400, it was close to it because deadlift was like my strongest lifts too. Yeah. So if I was squatting 365 for 6 reps, I think I got 400.
Which the crazier part is from my memory, at least me personally, we never really used fucking belts, which is kind of insane. Me personally.
I'm trying to remember.
I never really used belts like that.
I think I did occasionally, but it wasn't always. Yeah, I did. Yeah. For deadlifts though. For deadlifts because I didn't want to fuck up my back. That was one thing. I did use belts. But I mean, one thing was like not using the straps either. Like I would actually like do the over under grip because that gives you the best one. And bro, my fingers would be feeling like fucking sore the next day. Like when you deadlift, like bro, it would be like my fingers were like fucking sore, my grip and everything.
Dude, finger soreness is weird because it feels like the
really
bones
weird because it actually is tendinal.
Yeah.
It's like your tendons are sore, and it's a very weird feeling. But like whew. But thankfully, I didn't keep that up for 2, because then like started taking boxing classes, and like powerlifting and boxing do not go hand in hand. Like you can do like lifts and box, but it's like trying to like lift heavy all the time. Like
I mean, you got to pick a lane, man. Like you can't just be like putting all your focus into powerlifting and then also putting all your focus into providing boxing because they're somewhat counterintuitive.
Yeah.
With boxing, you want to have a lot of cardio. You know what I mean? A lot of timing, a lot of speed.
Yeah.
None of which powerlifting requires at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like you could deadlift like 795 once. There's like not much cardio in that. Your heart might be racing.
That's the thing. Like boxing is like cardio, endurance, just, mostly that. I mean, and weightlifting can help a little bit, but it's not like the best thing is cardio. And that's the majority of what you're going to be doing is cardio.
Calisthenics and stuff as well.
Yeah. Because it's like weightlifting. Because also it's a thing too, like being overly sore does not help with boxing. So it's like if I go destroy arms, now I'm boxing and my arms are down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
and
that's
then
not
with our
gonna
boxing
help.
instructor, he's gonna be like, "Keep your hands up."
Yeah, he's gonna be,
keep your hands up. Yeah.
Bro. Also, our coach had power like that. Bro, our coach, I'm not gonna lie, our coach is like the best. Like, and the thing is, I've sparred people that are in the UFC, but it makes it like. The one thing is pro kickboxers are like at a different level than like UFC people. UFC people are better at like overall fighting when it comes to like grappling and everything. but like straight up striking. But also even like just in a straight up fight, like Ninus is probably the like best person I've ever fought.
I feel like he would
Or
also
sparred.
just like
I haven't fought him.
break your shit as well. Because I mean, he's more striking, but do not test his fucking grappling.
Yeah.
I've grappled the guy like a gazillion times.
Shoot for a leg.
Yeah, shoot
like,
for a leg. Yeah, shoot for double leg. See what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like
you'll be shooting your head right into a head kick. Feel like getting hit with the fucking baseball bat.
Into like a fucking crucifix. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. I mean, that's the thing too. Bro has grappling too. Don't think because bro's primarily a kickboxer, he doesn't have grappling. Bro will put you in the crucifix and elbow your head.
Mm-hmm.
But
that boy got some power.
Actually, too, a story about that. So you and I have both worked at his restaurant. So I'm working there one summer and to help pay for the boxing, and this like homeless dude comes in, and he's talking whatever, and I think he was homeless. Good chance he was homeless. But he comes in, he's like, when I was younger, like me and like 5 guys, we didn't like him because he's from the Middle East. Iran, right?
Iran, yeah.
Yeah, and or Persia as he calls it. No, well, he says he's Persian.
Yeah.
But so he's like, we didn't like him because he's from the Middle East. And so me and 5 guys tried to jump him, and he knocked all of us out. And I was like,
yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah,
checks out. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like,
he's knocked me out 5 times over. You know what I mean? Like,
I've had some sparring sessions with him I don't really remember.
No, actually. And it's crazy too because he does actually teach us how to fight multiple people as well. That's like for his belt system. A lot of people.
You gotta get jumped.
You do get jumped.
Yeah.
You actually do get jumped.
I remember you saying.
Yeah, you get fucking jumped for like a fucking.
Let him get up. Let him get up.
Yeah, no, for a green belt, man. Like for a green belt, that's like two or 3 belts before black. Okay, Holy shit, man. For my green belt test, I had to fight two people at once. Both of them were experienced.
Yeah.
Both of them are heavier than me.
It's not like you're fighting two 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
bro.
No. I'm fighting like 6'1" Terminator, who just his entire life is working out, and then a motherfucker who just loves brain damage.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
On God.
Like, it does not care, and I'm getting my ass jumped for this green belt. Okay,
Yeah.
Like
getting stomped out, feet in your mouth. This is like, let him get up. Isaiah, get up. No, that's what you said. Yeah. Isaiah, get up. Oh. Because that's the thing too. The 2 people you're put up against, it's not like oh yeah, these 2 12-year-olds are gonna try whooping your ass. No, it's like 2 motherfuckers that can throw hands, jump in your ass. It's like
I mean, one-on-one, I'm already like, whoo, man, I gotta be careful. Both?
You got enough going on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, it was also kickboxing as well, so I could catch head kicks and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna doubt in the slightest that he fucked up 5 people because. Boy, did I learn.
I mean, also one thing I'll say is head kicks are OP. And this is something like, this is game that I feel fine putting out there because not everybody can head kick. Like, that's like, it's like, because I can throw head kicks, but I took Taekwondo for like years. And like, a lot of it was just drilling like perfect technique with head kicks. And Taekwondo is such a weird sport too because it's like, oh, we wear these little foam, things, nothing on the bottom, which is like if I kick you with the heel of my foot, full force, full bone smashing in your face. So here's the thing, right? We have these foam things, we have this headgear. I can't punch you in the face. I can hit you in the chest. But I can fucking kick you in the fucking head, knock you completely out. I can 360 kick, bing.
You could do a cartwheel fucking
send you to an early grip.
Kick,
like literally.
I mean? Like, oh
fully
my
kick
God.
you in your shit, knock you the fuck out. Like way worse than getting punched in the face. Totally fine, but it can't punch you to the face.
Fucking silly, dude.
And I remember actually competing in Taekwondo and dodging a head kick by like actually I remember I dodged it so fucking like, it was so close that it clipped the headgear and it like hit the foam and it like moved the helmet a little bit, but I didn't actually catch it. Like that's how close it was where I was like, woo! And then I'm like, man, this fucker's trying to take me the fuck out. So I just started punching his ass because what happened was too, here's the thing too, leg kicks, OP, like if you're good at throwing kicks, leg kicks. And this motherfucker chopped my leg. That's when I learned about the power of a leg kick. Yeah. He chopped my leg. I couldn't even stand on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then you can't stand on your leg. You can't throw kicks now.
You can't. Well, I mean, in a street fight, for example, you can't move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is just like a lot of street fights are just swinging and stuff like that. But at least you're moving around and shit. You get kicked in the fucking leg. Whoo! Good luck, man.
I've stopped. I had a friend try to like act tough and try to like walk over like he was gonna do something, and this was in middle school. Chopped his fucking leg. He was like, And then I remember he like apologized to me and everything. And then like years later, he's like, remember that time you kicked my ass?
You're like, it sits in my John Jones highlight reel.
But yo, it's like, that's what the head kick, it's like, that's game. I don't even mind sharing because that's just not something everybody can do. That requires a level of coordination, flexibility, skill. And
Yeah.
also, here's the thing too, right? Like being able to just pull off a head kick, like standing still or against a heavy bag, completely different than trying to throw a head kick when somebody can push you over and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm saying
that's
like
another
real
thing.
kickboxing sparring, it's like,
Depending on the environment as well, like, if you're on grass versus concrete, a head kick, I could throw a head kick on grass, but that's just because I trained for fucking years to do so. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people could just like,
yeah.
like that without slipping and dying. I actually saw like,
I've seen
Oh,
street fights where
man.
people try throwing a kick and then they're like, because that's the thing, like that's what I mean. Like you're not coordinating, you're not balanced. So they try to, they throw a kick and then they're like, whoop, and they fall like that. Like they always do that one where they go whoop,
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, then they're in the worst position because somebody can just
they
get
hit
on
the
top of
fucking
them.
banana peel fall. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that shit is cartoonish. I saw this one video of somebody trying to do a like the punching machines. I think we might have seen this mutually. Motherfucker throws a hook kick and just like, it's in the worst way possible. So like, damn, should I like get up and do a hook kick real quick? I'm just like,
we have
should I
the space for it?
should I do a hook kick? I'm like, but no. So like with a hook kick,
The sleep cast.
you kind of like spin like this. And so I don't think that he spun correctly. He's also standing on like grass or something like that. Also, look at me aura farming with this fit, doing all this, man. Y'all can't do. No, I'm playing. Anyways. No, but he spins, and instead of like coming over, he just completely does the fucking banana peel.
hell
And also,
no.
there's a trash can right next to this, which is terrible, by the way. Why was there a trash can there? Head thunk.